Your bathroom is a room fundamentally designed to manage water, which makes it the absolute perfect place for a catastrophic leak to hide. You look at peeling caulk around your bathtub or a toilet that wobbles slightly and assume it is just a minor cosmetic annoyance. But water is relentless. By the time you feel a soft spot in your floor tile or notice a brown stain on the ceiling below, the neglected $10 tube of silicone has escalated into a $15,000 structural nightmare. Today, we are exposing the insidious nature of bathroom rot. We will show you how microscopic leaks destroy your subfloor, why your DIY fixes are trapping the moisture, and how to stop a total bathroom tear-out before it's too late. Unlike a burst pipe that floods a room in seconds, bathroom rot is a slow, silent killer. It takes months, sometimes years, of microscopic water intrusion to rot solid wood. You need to recognize the subtle symptoms of the four most common bathroom failures. First, the bathtub or shower enclosure. You might notice the caulk line separating from the tub, turning black with mold, or cracking at the corners. Second, the shower pan. A hairline crack in the fiberglass or failing grout lines in a custom tile pan allows water to bypass the waterproofing completely. Third, the toilet base. If your toilet shifts or rocks even a millimeter when you sit down, the wax ring seal beneath it has failed, and contaminated water is quietly seeping outward under the linoleum or tile with every flush. Finally, the vanity sink. You might open the cabinet doors to grab a towel and notice a faint, musty odor, or find a warped cabinet base caused by a P-trap that drips exactly 1 drop of water every 5 minutes. These are not minor inconveniences, these are active structural breaches. If you identify any of these symptoms, your first step is isolation. You must stop feeding water into the breach. If the toilet is wobbling or you see water pooling around its base, reach behind it immediately and shut off the supply valve. Do not flush it again until the wax ring is replaced. If the P-trap under the sink is dripping, turn off both the hot and cold supply valves, place a bucket underneath, and clear out all the items from the vanity to let the cabinet base breathe. If your bathtub caulk is failing or your shower pan is cracked, the immediate action is painful but necessary. Stop using that shower completely. You cannot simply wipe the surface dry and assume the danger has passed. If water has breached the perimeter, the cavity behind the wall and beneath the floor is already saturated. Using the fixture even one more time pushes another gallon of water into a dark, unventilated space, accelerating the rot. Your priority right now is to freeze the environment and stop adding moisture. To understand why bathroom rot is so devastating, you have to dispel a massive myth. Tile and grout are not waterproof. They are highly porous. The only thing keeping water out of your home's framing is the waterproof membrane beneath the tile, the caulk at the change of plane, and the wax seal under your toilet. When those fail, the physics of water take over. Beneath your beautiful bathroom tile is a wooden subfloor, usually made of plywood or oriented strand board, OSB. When water bypasses the caulk or the wax ring, it doesn't evaporate, it is trapped between the waterproof tile above and the subfloor below. OSB acts like a rigid sponge. It absorbs the moisture, swells, and begins to delaminate. But gravity continues to pull the water down. It seeps into the massive wooden floor joists that support the entire weight of your bathroom. Because this environment is completely dark and highly humid, it becomes a biological incubator. Fungi begin to consume the cellulose in the wood. This is called dry rot, although there is nothing dry about it. The wood literally turns to powder. By the time the grout lines crack and your floor feels spongy, the joists holding up your cast iron tub or custom shower are actively disintegrating. Because this damage happens in slow motion, homeowners make terrible maintenance mistakes that actually accelerate the decay. Mistake number 1. The landlord special. When people see moldy or peeling caulk, they simply buy a new tube and squeeze fresh silicone directly over the old, wet gaps. You have just sealed active moisture and live mold spores directly into the wall cavity. The rot will now aggressively consume the studs behind the fiberglass surround. You must strip the old caulk and completely dry the void before resealing. Mistake number 2. Tightening the toilet bolts. When a toilet wobbles, homeowners grab a wrench and crank down the bolts on the side. The toilet stops moving, so they think it's fixed. But the wax ring underneath is already crushed and broken. Tightening the bolts does not repair the wax, it simply secures the toilet while raw sewage continues to quietly leak into the subfloor with every flush. Mistake number 3. Ignoring the ceiling stain below. If you see a brown water ring on your kitchen ceiling directly beneath an upstairs bathroom, do not paint over it. The water has successfully rotted entirely through the subfloor, the joists, and the insulation to reach that drywall. Bathroom leaks escalate through a very specific severity ladder. You must identify where you are on this scale. Level 1 is surface failure. The caulk is peeling, or a pipe fitting is loose, but the water has not penetrated the subfloor. The fix is cheap, fast, and entirely preventative. Level 2 is subsurface trapping. Water has breached the seal and is sitting beneath the tile or behind the wall. Mold is actively growing, and you will notice a persistent musty smell. Level 3 is subfloor delamination. The plywood is actively rotting. The floor feels spongy, tiles begin to crack because the floor is flexing beneath them, and grout falls out in chunks. Level 4 is joist compromise. The heavy structural framing of your house is rotting away. The ceiling below is heavily water-stained or sagging. A catastrophic failure like a bathtub falling through the floor is mathematically possible. This is where we must discuss the brutal financial math of bathroom rot and why it is the most financially dangerous leak in your home. If you catch a failing wax ring or bad caulk at level 1, the parts cost you $10 at the hardware store. But if you ignore it until level 3 or 4, the consequences are catastrophic. Because a bathroom leak is slow and continuous, insurance adjusters almost always classify it as a long-term maintenance issue due to homeowner neglect. They will deny the claim. You will be paying entirely out of pocket to rip out the custom tile, remove the shower pan, cut out the rotted OSB subfloor, sister new wooden floor joists to the decaying ones, perform biohazard mold remediation, and rebuild the entire bathroom from scratch. That $10 tube of caulk you ignored just turned into a $15,000 to $25,000 construction nightmare that you have to finance yourself. You cannot guess the extent of bathroom rot, you need empirical data. When independent restoration professionals assess a bathroom, they utilize non-penetrating digital moisture meters to read the water content of the wood straight through the ceramic tile. They use thermal imaging to trace the exact perimeter of the water trapped beneath the floor without swinging a single hammer. If the rot is advanced, they execute controlled demolition under negative air pressure to safely remove the mold-infested materials without spreading toxic spores to the rest of your house. They safely dry the remaining structural framing, apply industrial antimicrobials, and prepare the site so the rebuild is structurally sound. If your toilet wobbles, if your shower caulk is black and peeling, or if you feel a soft spot in your bathroom floor, the water is already eating your home's framing. Do not put fresh caulk over a wet wall, and do not wait for the floor to collapse. You need a professional assessment immediately. Call the number on your screen right now, or click the link in the description below to request a free local estimate at Emergency Damage Pros in under 60 seconds. We will instantly connect you with vetted, independent restoration experts in your exact zip code who can map the hidden moisture, stop the rot, and save your home from a massive financial disaster. Act fast and protect your property today.